Well, good morning. Sorry, I was fooling with something other piece of technology. I can't get to work right this morning. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit this morning about families. Um, we live in a society now where family is not taught as to be as important as it used to be. But even back in biblical times, Jesus talked about families. The Apostle Paul talked about families. And we're going to go in the book of Ephesians today, and we're going to talk about the responsibilities of families to each other. And this is going to come from the book of Ephesians, chapter 6. There's not a whole lot of reading, but I'm limited on time this morning because I got a later start than usual. So let's get started with this. We're going to start with Ephesians chapter 6, and let me get this screen over here for you. Chapter 6, verse 1. Children, obey your parents because you belong to the Lord. For this is the right thing to do. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise. And if you honor your father and mother, things will go well for you and you will have a long life on earth. Okay, let's start here. Children, how are we supposed to behave around our parents? We're supposed to obey them. I often talk with my daughter about the most important rule that we have in the house. And this important rule that we have in the house is this: do what you're told when you're told to do it. Um, and when she does what she's told when she's told to do it, there's no consequences for her actions because then it's on me. Because biblically, if I tell my child to do something wrong and she does it, it's on me, not her. I want you to know that as fathers or as parents, period. If you tell your child to do something that's sinful and they do it by following what you do, you're held accountable for it, not them. And that's something very important to understand. Until they reach the age of reason, their sins are directly on you. And you need to be very, very careful about what you tell children. And this goes with teachers too. Anytime you tell someone to sin, Jesus said this: if any of you causes even the youngest of these to sin, it's on you. You know, that was when he said you'll be a stone can be tied around your neck and thrown into the ocean, because the sin of an innocent is always on the person that causes the innocent to sin. Let's go back and continue reading. This is the part that talks about what parents are supposed to do. This says fathers, but it also can mean parents. And right there, I'll pull it up right there. It says parents. Do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather, bring them up with discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord. All right, so discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord. What is that? What is discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord? How does God first perceive discipline towards us? First, with love. And second, as an instructional way to teach you not to do it again in the wrong manner. Now, discipline is not supposed to be any out of anger. It's not supposed to be out of frustration. It's not supposed to be out of just teaching them discipline for the sake of discipline. Discipline is always, always supposed to be a learning process with your children. It's never supposed to be anything else. If we discipline a child in the way we're supposed to, they're going to walk away from it learning. By learning from it, they're going to walk away from it by showing respect for you because they know that you did it with love, that you did it with understanding, just like God disciplines us. How many times have you made plans that you knew were against God's plan for your life and they didn't work out, and you realized in the end, sometimes way later down the road, like in my case, that it was done out of love and a plan that God had for you in your life? Do you trust God when He disciplines you? Do you get angry when He disciplines you? Sure, we all do. We all get angry when we get disciplined because we think we know what's best for ourselves. God always knows what's best for us. No matter what you can think, no matter what you can say, God's in control and He can discipline you because He loves you and He respects your life and He wants you to be with Him forever. Parents, can you say the same thing, that every time you discipline your child, that it's always been out of love, respect, and to teach them in the ways of the Lord. Think about that this week. Y'all have a wonderful day. God bless. Take care.